If you're a fan of Wordwall and you're looking to save time, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you 3 great tricks. They're really worth watching. The third one is unbelievable. I didn't even realize you can do this, and particularly if you're a language learner, language teacher, you're going to love the third trick. I was in a course very recently and someone showed it to me and I never realized you could do this in Wordwall. Really hope you like this video, and as always, if you do, please like it. Please share it with other teachers. Please comment on it. Tell me about the third idea. What do you think of it? Let's get started, and please join me on my YouTube channel. So what I'm going to show you in this video is 3 really great tricks to save time and to find content really easily. But if you want to know Wordwall from the beginning, I put a video on the screen now to show you exactly how Wordwall works. This is a bit slightly more advanced for people that already really know the basics of Wordwall. The first thing I want to show you is the community. Now, Wordwall works that you can access videos that or exercises that other teachers have made. So if you search for something, so I'm learning Polish, for example, so if I wrote Polish in here and I press on enter, it's going to show me all the other public exercises that other teachers have produced. Now I'm going to show you a great trick when it comes to working with different exercises from other people. First of all, just click on the one that you're interested in and just start it and see, for example, if it's interesting. So for example, for me, this one isn't interesting because look how much detail there is on the screen. It's really hard to read, and I really wouldn't be interested in that. So I'm going to click back and have a look at another one, see if I can find one that I'm interested in. And if I click on this one here, for example, I can see that it's the months. Now, what I can do, and this is a great trick, is I can come down here and click on edit content, and then what I can do is I can make this my own copy so that I don't have to go and look now every time. Okay, so I'm going to just put Russell copy or Russell version, and now what I can do is I can save that, and that will actually give me my own copy in my own collection of activities. So the difference now is that if I come over to my activities, you'll see that it's actually there. Okay, so this is a really good idea. First of all, that you can find content and then save it in your own block. The best idea is to rename it. But not only can you find content, I'm going to show you now something else that you can do. Now, this second trick is kind of connected to the first one, but it's a slightly different way of working. Again, I'm going to click on Polish. So I'm going to work with Polish content because I do this in Polish a lot. I look for content that I can then make use of myself. Now, I'm just going to scroll down here, and I was looking a minute ago at an activity that would be a really good example for me. So I can see there's loads and loads of content here, and if I come down here, I can see there's one about the countryside. This is just a simple translation exercise. Now, I can click on edit content, and maybe I want to add some more, or maybe I want to delete some. So again, when I make my copy, before I make my copy, I might want to take a few out. For example, I might think, well, these are particularly easy for me and I don't really want them. For example, cicho i spokojnie. I might say, well, I already know that. I'm just going to take it out. But of course, I can also come down here, and if I want to, and add additional items. So this is really useful. Now, I won't add one now just for time. But again, once you've clicked on done, once you've clicked on that, make sure though, before you do anything else, you change the title so that it's going to be your new one. So I'm going to click here now and call this, say, Russell, advantages and disadvantages. And then I'm going to click on done. And again, this is now my copy, but it's been an edited version. I do actually have an advanced video on working with Wordwall, and if you want to watch that, it's on the screen now, but we're going to continue with more time-saving ideas. The second idea that I'm going to show you is one that I personally use all the time. And what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to go over to my activities and I'll grab an activity. And for this one, I'll do it in English. So I'm just going to scroll down and grab a simple example. I've got one here which is just capital cities. Now we've got countries and capitals, and if we click on this we can see how the game works. You just drag the country to connect to the correct capital. But did you realize that you can switch the template of this game, so you can make this into a completely different game? And if you click over here, you'll see the options that you've got. Now if you actually click on show all, you'll see that there's more, and I'm just going to show you this. Watch this. I'm going to switch this now into a different type of game, and I'm going to put this one now. Let's have a quick look here. I can see all the different options that I've got. Okay, and the one that I'm going to choose is find match. Now when I click on that, it completely changes the game. Now a really good idea now is to save this new version, because you've changed the game, and you might as well change it now and keep a copy. Because if you play this game, yes, it will now play in the new version, but the original will still be the saved copy. So what I always do is change the game and then copy. So click on edit content, okay? Edit as match up. No, you want to duplicate. So duplicate this game. So you've now got a new copy, and this one I'm going to choose. I'm going to call it choose. Okay, because that will tell me that this is a different type of game. Now let me just show you what happens. And I've now made a copy of the new format of the game, and let's play the game and you can see how it's going to work now, and why I call it choose. So simply now the game's completely changed, and I've got Beijing, and then I have to click on the correct one, and then the nav again. So I've now got a second copy of this game in a completely different way, saved in my activities. Okay, now I could go on making even more copies, because I could, for example, and I'm going to do this again so it's super clear. I click on show all. I might choose another version of this game that I want to play. Perhaps in this case I'm going to do, let's do, for example, matching pairs. Okay, so I'm going to click on, in fact let's do it as a, let's do a matching pair. So I'm going to click on that one there. And now I've got a new version of the game, matching pairs version. Next thing I'm going to do is save that, duplicate it, and I'm going to call this one matching pairs. So I've now got another way of playing this game. Okay, and now if I click on done, I've now got 3 versions of that same game. The original one, the one that I made before where you chose from an option of 4, and now matching pairs. Let's just play matching pairs. And now if I click here, I can Warsaw, and then China, well that's not a pair, then Russia, and then Paris, well that's not a pair, and then UK, and Thailand, well that's not a pair, and then Bangkok and Thailand, well that is a pair. And that's the way that you can play this game. And I can go on doing this. Now if we come back to our activities, you'll see that I've now got 3 different activities. The original one, which is saved somewhere below, the new version I've done using it with countries, but you choose the country, and another matching pairs with countries. And this is a really good way of building up your games and having lots and lots of variety, because you can make one game but actually turn it into lots of different formats. Just a really quick 30-second break from the video, just to say if you like the video content and you want more free content, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads of interesting content on the opening page. You'll also see information about the courses that I run and the ones that are currently open. There's a special section on languages that you might find interesting. If you want to keep up with my work, the best thing to do is to sign up to the newsletter. That way you get updated with all the latest blog posts, the latest videos, the free webinars that I often run, and of course the online courses that I'm running. You can also access the free blog on the front page at the bottom, and it's really specifically for language teachers. Right, let's get back to the content. Now my third time-saving activity is definitely my favourite. It's the one that I now use the most. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to Google Translate. And Google Translate allows us to writing sentences and then get the translation. So it's great if we're looking for a word or a sentence, and we can get, for example, the sentence in English and in Polish. So for example, sometimes I will write the sentence first in English and then it will come up in Polish, or sometimes if I'm copying the sentence from somewhere, I will copy it in Polish and then get the English. Now notice also that you can listen here.
Moja szwagierka mieszka bardzo blisko.
And you can also, of course, listen to the translation, and also you can switch them over, which is a good thing to do, just to double check that it translates both ways. Now, the best thing about this is that you can save these words in your favorites. So if I click on a sentence, okay, then suddenly it becomes one of my favorites. Now, this is the trick. Watch this. I've got lots of favorites here. I don't have to use them all. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this button here, and it's going to export those words to a Google Sheet. Now, when I do it, what I always do is try to remember to have the sentence in Polish and then the sentence in English. I don't always remember, but what I'm going to do is just watch this. This is such a great trick. I'm just going to grab the first two rows. Okay, in fact, what I always do first of all is move the boxes so they're nice and open like this. I'm just going to grab the words in the middle. I'm not going to go for them all. I'll just take, for example, that many, okay? And I'm going to copy those. Okay, so these are just sentences that I've been building up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back to my Wordwall and I'm going to click on Create Activity. Now for this one, I'm just going to do a really simple activity and we'll do a match, because with the translations, this is going to work perfect. I'll show you some more options in a minute, but let's just start with a really simple one. Watch what happens. I've copied those words. Look, watch what happens. They all go straight in. And now in seconds, I've made an activity, and I'm going to call this words or sentences. I'll use the word words, and I'm going to put the month in, or the date for Polish, English. Just put it in. So I've called that one Polish to English sentences, and often what I will actually do for myself is write the date as well. So this is July the 9th, because it helps me to find it when I want to practice the sentences. And now I save those, and I've got those saved. Of course, I can do all the other tricks I've showed you. I could change those into other games, but watch this. I'm going to show you another trick. I'm going to come back to my translations, and this time I'm not going to save the translations. I'm just going to grab the sentences in Polish, but I'm going to use them in a different way. So I'm going to say, for example, copy those sentences there, and then I'm going to come back to and we're going to click on create an activity. We're going to make a different type of activity this time. And what I'm going to do in this one is that I'm going to choose, let me just have a think. For this one, I'm going to do unjumble. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to paste in all those sentences, and that's it. I've got now a new unjumble game. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to call this Polish sentences unjumble. Okay, I could have chosen to do this in all sorts of different ways, and now I can click on done and I can start to play those games, and I can make these games so quickly. Okay, so for this one here would be moja szwagierka mieszka bardzo blisko. And then I can move on to the next sentence. Absolutely super quick and effective way of working with Wordwall. Now on the screen at the moment is just another link to another video if you're interested in learning more about another system that you can use to play games, which is also really good. It's called quizzes.com. Okay, really hope you found that video useful. As I said, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos. You can find out about all my courses and you can sign up to my newsletter. If you sign up to the newsletter at the moment as well, there's a special offer. We share with you 12 of the most popular videos that have been shared on my YouTube channel. And also you get updated with all the latest blog posts and the online courses that I'm running and the webinars, which are often free. Of course, the other thing you can do is sign up to my YouTube channel. You can do that from the top of the screen. And if you do want to contact me about doing a course, then you can contact me, of course, from here, from my webpage. And thank you very much. I'm going to leave now a couple of other videos that will be particularly useful to language teachers on the screen.